All right.
I hit record. It said,
I hear.
"Hey, we're live. We're live. We're going. Whoo!
Alive.
The birds.
Words. Welcome back to the podcast,
Lindsay's
everybody.
talking about things that don't exist.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, hey, birds totally exist.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody.
Oh my God, we're live.
We're not live, but we are. This is pre-recorded, so.
We are pre-recorded live. Worst kind of live.
Live wherever you listen to podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So
At whatever time.
In your
On
heart.
YouTube.
Andy, get us started.
all right. Well, you know who I am. I'm Andy, also known as Cario. Today we have Max, the user with no name, Lindsay, dial tone laser, and Shannon, also known as Cabbie Pie.
Yeah, baby.
So, man, it's been 2 weeks. But it's been about 2 weeks now since we last had a nice little talk here. Since then, E3 is going on right now, so there's a lot of big games coming out. Big dick games. So those things are going on right now. And then, yesterday Nintendo just had their Direct, so which everybody's like, oh my God, Nintendo saved E3 again. So as usual.
Can I hit you with the hottest of takes?
Sure.
I want to hear the hottest of takes.
I was not impressed with the Nintendo Direct.
Honestly,
and that's not to say that they didn't do a good job, because they really did deliver for certain people. I just wasn't one of those people.
For me, the Zelda news at the end, that wasn't much to go by. I'm not really a Super Metroid fan, so I didn't care about that either. I'd never played Advance Wars, don't care about either. I love fucking the arcade cruising game. I mean, bring that shit back any day. And obviously, I'm always hyped for when Kazuya is fucking announced for Smash Bros. So, let's go. We're in there. Tekken is in, boys.
I thought that was one of the most disappointing parts, and I don't know.
Is it because he threw off Marth off a cliff?
No, it's not because he threw Marth off a cliff. Nah, it's just it's a personal thing. Like, I've never really played any Tekken games. I don't have any nostalgia or love for Tekken, so it's just some people
honestly,
that probably hit pretty hard.
Honestly,
and for some people like me, it didn't hit at all.
So when they announced Ken, I'm hyped, right? So I have FGC roots, so obviously, when they announced Ken, I was hyped for that. When they announced Terry, I also thought it was cool. Did I care about them actually to play them? Not really. For me, that's how I felt with Banjo. I'm not a huge Banjo fan. Never really grew up with it. So when they announced Banjo and Kazooie, I was just like, meh.
Yeah, that was a huge hype moment for me. I was like, finally.
Exactly. So it is quite. But for me, I was just like, yo, let's go. I thought it was cool that they brought Kazooie in the first place. I mean, besides, Pac-Man, there's no other Namco reps. So, plus, with all the moves that they were showing off, I was like, how is this a thing? How can you do a 10-hit combo? Sakurai, how did you do this?
He looks like the actual character from Tekken, though.
Yeah,
he looks like he fights like that. Yeah, which is interesting.
So I didn't see a lot of aerials. So I'm very interested. He's very grounded. So I can't wait to see how he plays.
Yeah, he's probably going to be
but he's very interesting. Besides that, though, didn't really care. I don't really care about a lot of the games they announced for E3 now. The only news I thought was decent, because I dabbled a little bit in this thought with Max. I want to get a Xbox Series S, not an X, but an S, because I really don't have a 4K TV. I have a 60-inch TV. I just don't have a 4K TV. Nor do I care really about 4K. So I don't really mind the technical downgrade, right? So I'd rather stick with 1440p instead of 4K. And I wanted to invest in an Xbox Series S because I really, really, really want to play Halo. Because that's the only reason I would own an Xbox, is just for Halo. So announcing Halo Infinity coming out, or Infinite coming out this holiday season, right? They also announced that multiplayer would be free, free to play. Multiplayer is free to play. The campaign is its own thing. So I was like, hey, that sounds fucking dope. So that's something I'm super hyped about, and I would literally just buy an Xbox Series S just to have the Halo Master Chief Collection, Halo 4, and then Halo Infinite. So that's the only thing I thought was cool that kind of hyped me up.
And didn't watch any of the other presentations. I've been super busy.
I didn't watch it either. I just literally saw I just picked the things I thought was interesting because obviously people on Twitter were showing up.
That's the only other thing I've seen is the Halo Infinite multiplayer trailer, which looked pretty cool. I might get an Xbox at some point. I don't even have a PS5 yet, which is first on my list.
I don't even have a PS5 either, and I want a PS5 more than anything. But honestly, I would get an Xbox Series S because it's cheaper, and again, I don't really care about instead of the 12 terabytes or fucking flopabytes, I'll have 4. Whatever. I don't give a fucking shit. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, exactly. So hence why I was just I'll just get the S, and I'll just go with there. And they still have an SSD on it, so the games are still going to load great. So whatever. I really don't care about 4K. So yeah. I would totally be down just to get for Halo though, because and Lindsay, you and I, we will probably be rock on multiplayer.
I think going into E3, my biggest disappointment is that there was no information relating to that Switch Pro or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people think we're going to talk about that.
Switch Pro that totally exists somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's all 100% speculation and people making up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, because people think that the Switch is just like the fucking DS.
But here's the thing. Nintendo has always had this pattern where they would release some new big major home console thing every 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been their
Don't tell me that the Switch is 5 years old, because
I thought it was 3.
That's going to age me significantly, and I don't want to be old.
The Switch is 3 or 4 now, right?
Ew.
It's 4 because it came out the year I graduated from college, and that's the thing that
kill me.
Yeah.
So
God, we're old.
Because Breath of the Wild was technically a launch title, and that was in 2017.
Because it came out on the Wii U.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm having an existential crisis right here on the podcast.
Look, all I'm saying is that the Wii came out when we had Joe Biden as the vice president. And, okay, anyway.
The Obama era.
No, but seriously though, that's what surprises me, that there was nothing about the Switch Pro or whatever the heck they're gonna name the next console or whatever, that we've heard nothing about.
Switch XL.
And that might be XL.
The new Nintendo Switch. I really hope they call it the Super Nintendo Switch. That would be cool.
You know what? Throw it back. Bring it back.
I'd like to be called the Switch.
I'm calling you out, Nintendo. Call it the Super Nintendo Switch. You won't.
Yeah, you hear that, Doug Bowser?
But I will also say what I thought was the better moment of E3, but also the more sad part, was the announcement of the Cuphead show. They did a little teaser for the Cuphead show with Wayne Brady as King Di.
Oh, wow.
There's a show?
It's 2D animated.
That,
beautiful.
Day was out. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It looks great.
I
bet it's going to be nice. But the one thing that pisses me off is I am still waiting for the delicious last course. Where is my Cuphead DLC?
Oh yeah, where's my chalice lady?
That hopefully will not be Rule 34 as much as the Samsung girl.
Oh my god.
They will be. Don't you worry. It exists. There's a part of it.
No, the best part about the Cuphead show is that they made the Dice guy do the Cab Calloway dance, because, Cab Calloway was a big inspiration for animation during the time that Cuphead is trying to emulate.
I don't know who that is.
Cab Calloway, he did the shooby dooby doobies and
the shooby dooby dooby.
Shooby dooby.
Oh, I know this guy. Shooby dooby. Oh, he's born in Rochester, New York.
Oh, maybe not that guy. Well, he was
yeah, he's like American jazz guy.
Yeah, exactly. So was he. He was in the Blues Brothers, if you ever heard of that.
I mean, I know the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, but
he's a cool guy with some funky dance moves. His dance moves are also inspired in Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, I like Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah, the Highwayman scene. He's supposed to be dancing like Cab Calloway.
Oh, okay.
I did a whole presentation on it
Pretty
in
dope.
college. I just really like Over the Garden Wall.
We can tell.
I do.
So
It's very well animated.
It is.
Gothic.
It is.
Gothic.
so so other than the E3 news and all that stuff, uh Guilty Gear came out finally. I talked about it in the last podcast. Now it's finally out. I got my hands on it. Also, Game Builder Garage. Like, holy shit!
Still
So
bought it.
I bought it.
installed all the updates and stuff. Haven't played it.
So I did mess around with it. Now I did start creating something, and I'm gonna do another project too. So here's the thing, and Max and I had a little talk about this. So I'll talk about Game Maker, then I'll talk about Guilty Gear. But essentially, right? They have like 8 lessons, right? And each lesson, they tell you how long it should roughly take. Some of them say, "Oh, there's a motorcycle out there. Fuck you, motorcycle.
I hear it too.
Small dick, bitch."
Oh, that's our neighbor. He definitely has a small dick.
So the
Hope he
thing
doesn't listen.
the thing about the Game Builder Garage is these interactive lessons. Some of them say like some of them are like it's gonna be 60 minutes, 40 minutes, 90 minutes. So like some of them are long, right? But they're also, the way it's written and the way it's designed, it's made for children. And even in the advertisements, if you read the reviews and the descriptions, made for children, right? This is a fun interactive learning tool to get kids into programming, making video games. That's cool and all. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to skip all this shit because literally I don't need to know and be told that this thing does this thing. And in order to make this thing do this thing, you're going to need to do that thing. But wait, don't do that because that'll be upside down. You need to reverse it so that'll be working correctly. So it's like, I don't need this.
But
This is what wastes
I
time.
didn't need it because you can
They
figure
should
out
have an
that thing
adult
earlier.
version.
Yeah. So the thing is, you cannot make your own shit until you get past the first lesson. Not the tutorial lesson, but the very first lesson. Albeit, doesn't take too long. You can kind of plow through it. The only thing is, after that, this is like Game Builder Garage is very powerful. There's a lot of cool tools. Not as powerful as Dream for the PS4, but it's still very, very powerful. Now, the thing about it is there's a lot of stuff so the game gives you 8 lessons in different games, right? So like they teach you how to play, make a motion control over the top camera view game. They teach you how to make a racing game, a platformer, a 3D platformer, or a 3D runaround open world kind of environment vibe going on. They teach you how to make a like twin stick or like a Galaga shooter, like a on rail shooter, stuff like that. So they show you a lot of cool, nifty things that and they also have the 3D puzzle box room. Like you put yourself in a room, you have to solve puzzles, like an escape room. You can make one of those too, which is pretty dope. After that, though, they don't show you other things you can make. One of the things they don't show you how to utilize is making your own sprites. Like that's pretty interesting. So everything they show you how to make is all within the game's assets, right? So they don't show you that you can draw your own 3D sprites on a 64 by 64 grid, which is pretty dope. So you can start making some cool sprite works, but they don't teach you about animating those, and they don't teach you about like trying to make it properly work and move. That's all more puzzle solving for yourself. So there's a lot of things they don't teach you. And since this game is just brand new, there's not a lot of videos on certain tutorials on certain games you're trying to make. Luckily enough, I found a channel that just recently uploaded how to animate moving sprites and also how to animate jumping and attack motions of sprites. And like that's great, right? The fact that I have to go to a video tutorial to find that out, that's one thing, because I don't have the brain capacity to figure out how come my character's not moving and how come my animations aren't working properly. Because there's actually a lot of little things, little in-depth things they have to put in between. Like you need to have a calculator, a digitizer, and you need to have a not node on so that it tells you when you're not pushing a button that your character is in this idle animation. But if you do push it, then your character can do the running animation. Little things like that are pretty dope. Like that's pretty cool, nifty, fun facts. So that's cool to watch and learn about that on my own. But again, Nintendo, like the game doesn't teach you like how to make other games, right? And they actually have a first-person mode the game barely dabbles in. So people have made like first-person shooters, albeit very basic ones for now. So once more people get invested and like try to do their own shit, I'm pretty sure those would be dope, but the game never shows you how to utilize that feature. So
Maybe there's a tutorial for it and we just didn't find it.
no, unfortunately. So every nodon has a little button that's like a glossary button. So you can click on it and it actually tells you the purpose and what it does. So meaning, no matter what, if you're trying to look at an object or a different programming nodon, you're like, what does this do? You can actually read about it. So instead of waiting to do a tutorial on it on a specific subject and thing, you can find a nodon for that, which is great. I have dabbled in the world asset, the gravity changing, and I have tried to figure out, because I was making my own sprites, and I had to figure out a lot of different like techniques and tools for that too. Overall, I think it's fun, and I am trying to work on a fun Waluigi game that Max wants me to make, so I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
Getting those sprites done, which is also time consuming because the sprites themselves that you make, there's like you can hook up a mouse to it. Thank God you can hook up a mouse to the Switch, so that it's easier to like speed, like click and do everything. Because doing it on the Joy-Con and on the touchscreen is a little bit hard after a while, especially when you have tons and tons of different nodons that are doing so many different things that you might accidentally move the wrong thing or move the wrong connection point. So you're like, fuck, I just ruined the entire flow of my configuration just for making a character move and fart, you know? So it's crazy though, but again, it's very awesome and it's very time consuming. So I did dabble in it, and I actually did make my own custom sprite from a drawing Shannon made, and I had made it to do a breathing idle animation and to do a walk cycle animation. Took a bit, but I got it working. So I am enjoying it, but I definitely do need like more free time in order to make an actual like game. One of the things I asked last podcast was, can I make a full-blown game? The answer, no, actually. Due to the fact that somebody discovered on Reddit that you can only have a limited of 126 assets or 126 like nodons going on at the same time before the game's like, you cannot. So there is a cap of things you can like have running. That will become a huge problem later on. Also, like, I can't make a main menu. So in order for me to make a fighting game, I would like to have start, a character select screen, and the characters, and be able to be playable, right? Unfortunately, having a main menu and a character select screen is like two separate things I have to create, but I can't put them all into one. You see the problem?
Yeah.
So the only thing is, like, you literally, like, on all the things people make is you download what people made, you hit play, and all of a sudden you get pooped in the world. Somebody made GTA, the old classic over the top view of GTA. Like, that's pretty dope. That's pretty cool.
I saw someone remake. They remade Super Mario Kart.
Yep. Using the sprites, you can make Super Mario Kart. It's really cool.
It's more like, it's kind of like tech demo territory. It's meant for kids, like first coding.
It's honestly meant for kids. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make a grand scale thing. I can make small, stupid things just to poke fun. But that's why it's always hard for me to like invest in. So I do have a quick project in mind that I want to attempt to make, but it's not on like I need to make it, because again, this is not a super in-depth. It's not like RPG Maker 2004, right? Like, you know RPG Maker, right?
Yeah.
You can literally make an entire, like, if you really wanted to and took the time and effort, you can make a 40-hour campaign, story and everything, and script and programming in that game to make a 40-hour length game. You could do that. It's possible. This, again, like you said, Lindsay, this is technically like a tech demo for kids to make their own little quirky games. Like, I jumped the ball in the hoop. And again, people can get pretty creative, but after a while, it's like, what's left? And the thing I like about it is, like, I can literally just make sprite games. But to what extent, though? That's the only question.
Can you do word bubbles?
I think so. There's a lot of things I'm still trying to figure out. I haven't got there yet. I've literally just been focusing on sprite work, and it only takes me like an hour just to draw one fucking sprite. The fact that I have to draw a different moving cycle animation sprite per like movement, it takes time, and then to have it animated working and then moving forward, that's also a problem. So thank God there's already videos out there that shows you how to do that. So I'm very, very happy. So I can make some very stupid sprite-based games, or if I wanted to, I could probably make like a first-person shooter where you literally just shoot like sprites of Waluigi or something. I don't know. It's a thing. So
Sounds fun.
we're getting there, but it's overall. I mean, it's again nothing to run home with. So it's nice to have. I mean, it's $30. It's whatever, but I won't be trying anything super extravagant, so I won't be making like a fucking hack and slash Devil May Cry game anytime soon. But that would be dope. So
It'd be pretty cool.
that'd be pretty cool, yeah. So unfortunately, like that's why I was just like, I have RPG Maker 2004 for Steam, so I could just be making my own RPG instead, you know. With the time I have to like figure out like programming and stuff. So. That's just my thing about that here. But before I talk about,
mean,
yeah, go ahead.
it is good to have that sort of transition type of
Oh yeah, it's
coding for people.
It's definitely if I'm bored. If like I would definitely keep playing. I will still keep playing it if I'm like, because I will continue making a project until I make a really nice, fun project for a game for all of us to try out and play and laugh at. Other than that, though, I mean, again, it will be something I'll just come into. I literally won't invest a whole day into it because I want to do other things.
Well, I mean, I think of on the Epic Store there was this like weird thing that I got ages ago where I could
Epic
make
Store.
my own. Yeah, it was like some Unreal Engine make your own game thing, and I have literally no idea what I'm doing. So I never really did anything, but that's probably why these simple little code games like Nintendo Garage will at least thrive a bit, because it at least will help with people getting into that measure, and they'll eventually be like, all right, this is a great idea. I've hit the limit. Now I need to find a way I can really explore this item. And, you know, when they try to, it's not going to be one for one ported over, but they'll at least be like, all right, I know where this mistake was, so I'll address that in this transfer over. And it's still good to have. And who knows, maybe someone will do like an endless twin stick shooter game or.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's made for kids. It's definitely learning. It's an educational game for kids. So kudos to them.
I feel like it might just be like the MS Paint of digital drawing.
Or Mario Paint.
I'm making Mario peeing in the game.
Or did you guys ever recall that, I'm really making myself sound fucking old, but there was a CD game that was like a Mickey Mouse movie maker. You guys don't know that one?
No. I had like a Mickey Mouse. I didn't have a Mickey Mouse movie maker, but I had like a Mickey Mouse. It was a demo for like the full game. It was like an interactive coloring sticker book type thing.
It was the movie maker one was very similar to that.
I just know that it had like, you would put stickers on there and it had the ability to like animate those stickers and it would play music in the background, and we used to have just the best time in the world making goofy dances, right?
Yeah.
I need to find this. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Laptop in front of me. Mickey Mouse.
That shit.
Well, Andy, I'm curious about the limit that you were talking about with 126 assets used. So does that mean like if I was to just get like 126 weirdly animated models, that's the game? I can't do anything else? Or is like one ball, one platform, two assets? Or how does the asset thing work?
Like one ball, two, like I forgot what I don't know if it's 126 or 140, and I don't think it's nodons. I think it is assets within the world. So you can have a lot of nodons hidden in the background to control the game, but I think it's like literally like assets. So like if you make a platform, that is one. If you make a ball, that is two, and then so on and so forth. Now,
but like two balls, would that count as two assets or one asset?
That would be two assets. Okay. So that's why it's like it's hard. So there is a thing that there's a nodon that it's you can program it so that if certain objects break, it will then either you can set it to respawn or you can set it to restart the game. So you can program it so that if the player is dead, within a second you will restart the game, right? And back to square one, like in the beginning of the stage. You can program that, which is really awesome. So it's vice versa. You can do the same thing when objects are destroyed. You can have them reappear again. So if you were to make an endless twin stick shooter, that is actually a possibility. So there's endless. It's just all about if you can figure out, like, brainstorm and figure out like how to like make it all work. You know what I mean? So it ain't bad.
Did
But...
you find the Mickey game?
Yeah. Trying to find the goofy dance.
It's a very specific animation.
It was really dumb.
So before
Anyway,
before I talk about going in depth about Guilty Gear, what have you guys been playing or doing? Because I know you, Lindsay, you just 100%ed Persona 5 Royal. Congratulations, by the way.
finally, Jesus criminy, that took me too long.
And Max, I know you are starting your second playthrough on New Game Plus of Persona 5 Royal.
Yes, I just finished taking down the mob guy.
Nice.
Kanashiro.
Yes.
I like how you played this game now like twice through and you don't know any of their names.
I never know anyone's character.
Do you like Big Boob Lady? Yes.
You're like the hot maid teacher.
Yes.
Oh, Kiyoshima?
Yes.
Kawakami.
And Shannon, I know you've recently just got back into Minecraft again.
What?
I know you just got back into Minecraft again.
Yeah, but I'm also playing Miitopia.
Oh yeah, you're playing a lot of Miitopia, actually.
It's an RPG.
Yeah.
Technically a JRPG, but with your own friends.
Oh my gosh, excuse me.
It was very funny. I looked at Shannon's screen and I'm like, is that you on a unicorn next to Kronk, next to Zuko?
Yes? Don't out me like this. I may have made all of my anime crushes into characters. And also
Kronk is an anime crush.
Kronk is the best anime
He's a himbo.
I've ever met.
Himbo.
He's a himbo.
He is a himbo.
Classic.
Oh my.
You must be able to download this, right?
So other than that,
I made him.
So you...
I made Zuko. I made Jotaro from part 3 of JoJo's.
JoJo.
My unicorn is actually the unicorn from the last unicorn.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of animes that I don't think you guys have watched. Fine. And I don't know. Yeah, basically it's just anime husbands and wives.
Anime husbands.
Perfect.
Classic.
And it's just you also there's Lindsay. Lindsay is in that game.
I am. Everyone's
But
put me in
not
their
as an
Miitopia.
anime wife.
Oh, well, that's just sad.
Oh, well, I laughed.
Another dream I'll never
Yeah.
accomplish.
But you're
Uh-oh. I'm having...
a father.
Yeah, we're back.
That's about right.
Yeah, so it's and Max is the sassy villager, and Andy's the mayor.
Mayor.
Basically, it's great because it's just a little RPG. You have a bunch of different healing classes. You have a bunch of attack classes, and
Why is she cutting out? What the fuck?
our friendship levels have to be really high to get really good shit. Like, one of them, I think it's Jotaro. I have high enough that if any magic, it's great. There's a magic system. You can be also there's a entire RPG class called the Princess, Flower, and also Cat. You can just have your fucking anime wife would be a cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
That's bestiality.
They're dressed as a cat. Also,
I
there's
stand
the
by my
chef
statement.
class, which is like the most OP because you're a healer and an attacker because you can cook food for your friends
Ooh.
and hit them with a frying pan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I am. I'm a chef right now. I was a warrior.
I'm a chef.
I'm a
chef.
chef. I get cute little chef outfits. It's great. So like that's Miitopia. It's just a fun time.
Oh, Lindsay.
Yes.
Another thing too is just just side note here. We're hanging out this Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I still need to go to Target and get some Digimon trading card game cards.
I need to buy some.
I need to buy some too. Let's meet at my house. We'll go to Target and we'll go pick some up, and then we'll go over to Max's parents' house.
Oh, I forgot about that. We get to play with Loki the gamer
We're gonna
cat.
play with them. We're gonna play with some foster cats.
No, Loki's not going to be there. But you'll get the 2 cats that hide.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, kitty.
Yeah.
Gonna
The
yeet
kitties
us
will
that
come.
kitty.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at our Digimon cards and be like, "Oh man, we gotta be part of that."
Yo, he's fucking
Yeah,
stacked,
They're
dude.
gonna think you're bad.
Dude. So I did look on Amazon and I did see some cards, some of the starting deck ones, and I saw the one with that nerd kid with the fucking bug.
Yeah, Izzy.
I was like, yo, I need that deck, but I was like, that's fucking $48. The other ones are cheaper, but I was like, why is his expensive? The fuck. So,
How much was it? $48?
Yeah, just for his like
What?
starting deck. I know. That's why I was like,
There's
no
this is
way.
a little sus. So you can guarantee that the Target near us has those cards.
I can't guarantee that they do. I saw them in the one for the north from
God
us.
fucking damn it. We're going to go on a road trip to go get some goddamn Digimon trading cards.
They probably would have them there.
All right, let's find out. Let's cross our fingers and go together and hold hands.
Okay. Hold on. I can maybe look online. Let's check this out.
I checked online. It was like confusing, so I was like, no.
Oh.
So yeah, a side note here. Lindsay and I are gonna get into Digimon cards. We're gonna get there first, so we can get into the meta. So when it becomes popular or mainstream, we're gonna be fucking stacked, bro.
We're gonna have all the best cards.
Exactly.
We're gonna buy every single Digimon card.
I'm gonna have Terriermon, and I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna get
when it came to Digimon,
my Gabumon on.
When it came to Digimon, I really liked Digimon Tamers, which was the 3rd season of Digimon, and that was always my favorite season. Fuck you, Max. What was your favorite Digimon season?
The first one.
What?
The
Adventure?
OG.
Adventure? Adventure's boring, okay?
You're boring.
Adventure's boring, okay?
Wonder what the first one had? It had that badass theme song. That's what it had.
I always think the lyric is Digimon, digital monsters, digital garlic champions.
Digital garlic champions.
Exactly.
That's melee.
And then Wario shows up.
Exactly. So no, and then I didn't like Adventures 2. But I did like Tamers. I didn't like Frontier, and I didn't like Digimon Data. So that was also not one of my favorites. So Tamers was always my favorite. I thought Tamers
This is
was cool.
100% the deck I want.
Which
So I'm
one?
looking at Digimon decks. I want to get the matte deck.
Want to get the matte.
Oh, Venomous Violet.
What?
That's a dick.
Sounds great. Yeah, it's got like this cool.
Dude.
It's an evolution of Garurumon I've never seen before.
Oh my god.
Crest
Does
Garurumon.
Target have it? That's the question.
Absolutely. And this is the one I saw that I wanted.
Is it at our local Target nearby?
I could not tell you that information with any amount of certainty.
We're going on a road trip, Lindsay.
Okay.
We're going to try to snag these while they're still
I'm
at
down for
retail
this.
price. Let's go. See, while everybody is fucking buying Pokemon cards and the Target has a sign that says we can only sell you one pack and one thing of Pokemon cards now because people are hunting them. While these fuckers are getting Pokemon cards, we're the real champions. We're getting
the
fucking
real money.
We're getting Digimon cards, okay? And I'm honestly excited to play this weekend because in the next podcast we're gonna talk about how we played the game.
How awesome the Digimon card game is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about this.
How you have to fucking have 5 cards stacked. I swear to God, if there's some convoluted shit that I have to do to Digivolve, I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't. I mean, I'm like on the website right now. I'm looking it all up, doing my research.
Max is like touching. Max is like fucking like touching his eyes. It's like, I hate you.
No,
You upset?
I am working on my Warhammer figures. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah,
Painting
I'm
and talking at
making
the same time.
I'm
All
making
just
Wolverine
nerds.
and I'm making Wolverine and Donald Duck right now.
Nice. Oh man, we gotta play sometime, sometime soon. Not this
Yes, we
weekend because you're gonna
do.
be
It's an expensive
you're
hobby, and
gonna
we
be
must
house
take
sitting,
advantage of it.
so we can't play Warhammer. Probably next week we'll play some Warhammer. We'll play Warhammer next week. So,
You better.
all right, let me go into my long aforementioned rant review.
The Guilty Gear.
Of the
No,
Guilty
yeah,
Gear.
The Guilty Gear.
Oh my God! So Max saw a portion of the story mode, and let me tell you.
My
All
head
right,
still hurts.
let me tell you something. Okay,
Is it
Guilty
from the
Gear.
walk cycles?
Guilty Gear has a lot of lore. Okay, there's like I don't know, fucking 7-8 games in the franchise. There's a lot to go.
Does it have books?
Like in terms of what you can read, or
Yeah, like are there like tomes and like compilations of information on it?
yes. So on YouTube, Willie Versus has made a nice 5-part video of the lore of it, which is really good. If you want to watch that, that should pretty much break down a lot of things and motives. But essentially, in this game, in the story mode, again, if you've never played the other ones, it's going to sound very confusing, but that's the purpose, and I'm about to tell you. So in the story mode, there's no interaction at all. So unlike Mortal Kombat or Injustice, where you get like maybe like a 20-minute, 15, 10-minute cutscene, and then like you get into a fight, and then repeat the same cycle. Good story, all that stuff, right? And like transitions into fight seamlessly. Nope, this one is like literally just it's like watching an anime. It's like watching literally a 5-hour anime binge, you know? Like
Cool.
so it goes from Soul Bad Guy being recruited to go to the White House because the White House has captured that man from the last game who revealed himself finally and then is now being locked up at the very bottom of the White House because he's making a deal to save humanity by destroying this tome called the Backyard, the Tome of Creation. But in order to do that, he needs to have the power of whatever. But at the same time, other villains are plotting their thing to intervene and stop him, and also to stop the White House from having their summit for the World Summit meeting called the G4 meeting at the White House. And I'm repeating the word White House for good reasons. So then they go to the White House, and it's like literally a hostage situation sting operation thing going on with just superpowered anime beings. So there's moments when you're just like, oh. And the main villain's also an undead creator of fucking magic in the world. So that too. So that happens. They get to the White House. He fucking launches nukes, forcing all the world leaders to shut down the nukes while in midair before they crash and destroy the world. He was like, "Yeah, I created world peace. Also, I have a favor." And it goes because he wants the bad guy. So then it goes into hostage situation, sneaking around, fighting, super being vampire people. And then near the end, they're like, "Oh yeah, we did it. We stopped the guy." Nope, never mind. Turns out he disguised himself because he can do that. And turns out the fucking main villain was fucking Eno, a hot guitar lady who can time travel and bend the wheel of time. But now she has that full power and controls the world. Oh, we stopped her with the power of love and metaphors, and the game ends.
Oh.
You're welcome. So I'm paraphrasing a lot, but the story is very convoluted. But it picks up 3 months after the last game, which is XR'd or like Rev'd, XR Rev'd or something like that, or second Rev. So in terms of the game itself, story mode, as you expect, wacky, zany, whatever, fine. The game does come with a glossary just so you can get caught up, and in terms of they also have a timeline thing if you want to kind of read up on that, get caught up on how the world is created, and it's also the year 2186, so go with that. I know.
The more I keep hearing about this, the more I keep asking myself, would 3 nukes have been too much?
So,
Max, where would you be without Persona?
I stand by my statement, damn it.
Max, no!
Drops the 3rd nuke, change the timeline, comes back, Persona! Oh god, no!
Even better.
All 3
So,
came from Japan.
Man, so that was just the story mode. The game itself, fucking amazing. So I think it's running on the Unreal 4 engine. And it is, as always, made by Arc System Works, who, the last Guilty Gear game and Dragon Ball FighterZ, have made a very beautiful 2D, 3D animated style that just like, it looks 2D, but then like it does these dynamic camera angle shots where it just shows you that, oh, this is not 2D, this is 3-dimension, baby. So that's pretty dope. The game runs amazing. Oh, what's up?
So you were explaining all that, and you mentioned Soul bad guy, and I thought you meant like, it's the singular bad guy. No, his name is actually Soul, like SOL.
Yep.
Bad guy. Is
He
his
was
last
given
name.
that name.
What?
He was given that name by monks.
Yeah.
It's set in the United States of America and featuring his final confrontation with that man.
Yes.
What?
The character's name is that man.
What?
Yeah, and
You've got to be kidding me.
And he's voiced by Jamie Foxx, and he's all about trying to
Matt
get
Mercer.
his break in his
Matt
music
Mercer's
career.
in the game.
Jeez, of course, Matt Mercer's in every game, every Japanese game.
He plays as the guy with the belt over his eyes, Max.
Gosh damn it!
What's the name of the guy with the belt over his eyes?
Zato 1.
Zato. Where'd they come up with these things?
I wonder.
High.
I kind of need to see all the other English dubbed Matt Mercer characters, because I think like Jotaro and JoJo's, who is it?
Wait a second.
Yusuke from Persona 5, belt guy from Guilty Gear. They always have weird belts, and I need to know if this is a typecast with Matt Mercer now. Does he always have to have a weird belt in his games?
I found Hot Guitar Lady.
I've seen him before I knew who he was, and I got an autograph just in case.
Nice. So I was just explaining the story mode and how beautiful the game looks. Now, in terms of how the game plays, it is awesome. Like, it was so worth getting the deluxe edition so I could play early. And you know me, I love fighting games already. So, sorry, this is no ordinary thing for me, right? So I enjoyed the hell out of the game, and I was actually explaining to Shannon this last night. So the game, as all new fighting games nowadays, they come with this problem of how do we appeal to newcomers, right? Because a lot of fighting game developers nowadays want to appeal to newcomers so they can make more profit, of course, right? Get those sales up. So a lot of games have done it poorly or implemented a system that kind of alienated a lot of hardcore fans. So it was hard to find a game where it's like, it's good for new players, but won't scare off old players or won't change anything enough to make people angry or the elitists, blah, blah. So there was never a good balance. And I think Guilty Gear kind of did it right. For example of games that did it kind of weird was, and Max have seen this before, so like in Dragon Ball FighterZ and in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, there was the auto combo system, where you can just mash square and you can get a full-on combo without actually having to do the commands yourself. Albeit it doesn't do all the combos for you and all the specials for you, but it does do the general bread and butter combo just cuz. Now, in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, you were able to turn off that feature, which is great. Dragon Ball FighterZ, however, you couldn't, and it was part of their implementation, so you couldn't change it, so you had to kind of work around it, which was dumb, in my opinion. So a lot of games either try to be appealing to newcomers by changing it or adding these auto combo things. I think it doesn't help. I honestly don't like that feature at all. But then again, I get it. You're trying to appeal to new gamers, but I'm honestly like, you have a good crowd of fighting game players. Come on. What Guilty Gear did is they didn't add an auto. They have no auto combo feature. Thank you, Jesus. But they did change the damage output, and they actually did change a lot of the characters' command list and moves. I used to play a lot of Mei in Guilty Gear XR. And I actually don't play Mei in this one. I play Giovanna because Giovanna's awesome. But I was showing Shannon the command list for most of these characters, and turns out instead of a long list of different combos and commands, it actually was only a dozen or less. And you look at them, you're like, oh, I can do these. And when you look at them, you're like, that's it. Like literally, that's all you have. So just the combinations of buttons you press, like regular, like square, triangle, or punch, kick, or blah, blah, blah. And then on top of that, the command list for the specials, which again, you don't have a lot of anyways. So it's like, oh, they really changed it a little bit. Because of that, it was now easier for people. There's not a lot of, it's not daunting for new players. There's not like a whole fucking like glossary of moves to do for one character. So meaning somebody who is well practiced and skilled can just use all the combos and all the moves that you can't do. But they changed it so that there's less of those, but you also have a high damage output. So even if you do a standard 4 or 5 hit combo, you did pretty much 35% of their health already. That's amazing with just those hits alone. So I think that's a good idea because there's still depth to the game. So they still have a lot of, they have what's called Roman cancel. So Roman canceling is where you can, no matter what, if you have meter, you can spend your tension meter, which is also your super meter. You can spend that so that you can cancel any move and still be able to do another move after because the enemy player is slowed so that you have advantage to do something else, right? So there's still room to do these wacky skilled combos if you know what you're doing and have the meter to burn, but it's not hard to do it either, and the game shows you this. So in a way, you can still beat the game without using this mechanic, but if you master the mechanic, you can go even above and beyond. So it definitely has that easy to learn, hard to master kind of thing, right? So but it doesn't do that thing where it's just have a high, like high entry level and high skill gap, you know? So there's definitely room to grow and to get better at the game, which is amazing. So I applaud the game for doing that.
I like to hear that because I'm not good at fighting games.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely show you the game on Sunday, Lindsay. So
now let's get down to the important thing. Which is the best character? Not fighting game style, but just, personality.
Personality? Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's the doctor, isn't it? The guy with the bag over his head. It's got to be that guy,
Faust.
Right? He gives
Faust.
people haircuts.
Faust is, or yes. Dr. Baldhead, I believe his original name was, before he became Faust. Wow. Lore, by the way, I'm throwing lore at you.
Why do they keep getting renamed?
Reasons. Faust is a wacky character, and he's under the realm of a very unique character. So he has range, like his moves he has good pokes, range, and he throws out a lot of projectiles at you. And he's very wacky, and he has a lot of mix-ups because of how wacky he is. That's why he's under the unique category. He's a character that can do all these weird, wacky things. So it's kind of like Seth from Street Fighter 4, or kind of like Peacock in Skullgirls, right? There's all these characters. There's some of these characters that just do weird things and it works. So they're the weird characters, or Voldo if you want to go in that direction. The thing about it is that Faust is a very weird character, but he's not as weird and wacky as he was in the last game. In this game, they made him look dark for some reason. I don't know the lore reason why. He's a little bit more edgier and darker, so maybe some shit happened. But in the last game, he was very wacky and he was very talkative, and he literally can like open doors to another dimension and pop out. So he still
He
has
looks
that kind of ability,
fun.
but he doesn't talk much. Oh, you talk about Faust?
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture gallery of all
Mhm.
the Guilty Gear characters to see
Yeah,
which one's the coolest.
yeah,
And yeah, the Faust character has changed quite a bit.
yeah. So there's Faust. I personally, at the moment, I like Giovanna because she's like just a Brazilian, a beautiful Brazilian lady who controls a dog, has good mix-ups or has good rushdown moves, is pretty
And
sick,
suspenders.
and she like how she talks and stuff. She has this like cool, chill, like funny vibe to her. So
Is is Cliff Anderson in Strive?
not in Strive, no,
Darn.
These
no.
names are
Chip,
getting me.
Chip's in the game though. Chip is a cool ninja. So in terms of best character in my eyes, uh, honestly, the cool. He's not.
How about
Are you talking about in Strive or in general? Because Strive, I have to think about somebody else then. Because
Strive? In Strive.
oh,
Who's the coolest in Strive?
who's the coolest in Strive right now? Okay. Well, there's
You
only
like that
15
glass
characters.
guy with abs.
There's only 15? Are they gonna add DLC?
Yeah, I have the season pass already. Yeah, they're gonna
Is
add DLC.
Nagoriyuki in there?
Nogoro Yuki is in there. He's the newest character. Yeah, the fucking
Cool, he looks-
the fucking black samurai who's also a
He
vampire.
looks awesome.
Dude,
Is
he's
he a
so
vampire?
sick.
He looks
He's a
awesome.
nightless.
He's beautiful.
They call vampire
He's a
nightless.
very
He's a
beautiful man.
nightless, and fucking he has so many cool fucking combos and slashes, dude. He's so sick. He's so sick. I think the coolest character is Ramlethal.
I haven't got there yet.
Ramlethal is a very cool Ramlethal Valentine. In the last game, I really liked Elfelt Valentine, but they don't add her in this game.
What about Jacko Valentine? That's another one, right?
Jacko is in the story mode. She might be a playable character as DLC. I'm thinking, but Jacko was in the last game, and she was a cool character. And like, she's a good character. Biken from the last game was sick too. She was also a one-eyed samurai chick with big breasts, so she was sick. Exactly.
What? Where are we at?
We're talking about Biken. And honestly, my favorite character in Guilty Gear is always Johnny. Johnny's a cool character.
Johnny's got that fedora. I like Justice for his weird little
Oh, that was
weird little,
the Justice
crotch spike.
Yeah, Justice is the villain from like the first like 3-4 games. So
Oh.
yeah, Justice. So in terms of Guilty Gear as a game, though, it is fun. Like obviously after like the podcast and stuff, and later tonight, I try to play like an hour of online and just kind of like just get some matches in, just kind of stay in the game. Don't get rusty. And I've been playing a lot of Giovanna here, and Shannon watched me play a little bit last night, and she saw me. I got a double KO last night, and I still won the fight, so I was very happy about that.
Ooh. Chip looks cool.
Yeah, Chip is cool. The thing about Guilty Gear Strive that was a big thing for a lot of people liked was the fact that they announced that they're going to be rollback netcode in the game. And that is a plus, especially, because of, even though we're slowly getting out of the pandemic and COVID, people still play online. And one of the things that people really love and need in terms of fighting game, in terms of that peer-to-peer connection, is rollback netcode. Because a lot of games rely on either frame delay or just people's asinine internet. And for a fighting game, when you have these precise inputs and things, it really sucks when lag hits. So having rollback netcode is solid. I've only, so far out of the 40 matches I've done so far, I've only experienced like two weird little spikes of lag, but not the entire match was laggy as hell. So I thought was pretty cool. So rollback is still a top must-have choice for fighting games. Mwah, mwah, love it.
Oh God.
So I thought that was pretty cool. That they have rollback netcode in the game. So, yeah, but that's my overall thought about Guilty Gear. I think is a solid 9 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
I think it's definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. It's beautiful. It would be perfect if It would be perfect if it weren't for the only thing that is a downside about that is the lobby. Even though when you're in a match, you're good. But in terms of when you're trying to be in a lobby trying to get a match, sometimes you get booted out, and it also takes forever to load into the game. Because from the main menu and it says hit start, I hit start and it takes forever because it's connecting me to the server, even though I'm not using online. I'm literally just trying to get in the game itself. And it's just like connecting to server, and it's like, fuck. So they need to fix that. They fix their server in the lobby, call it good. But their online itself, when you're in a fight, smooth, seamless, love it. So that's always fun. And I've gotten a pretty good positive win ratio right now with Giovanna. So I might try other characters soon. Because you can level up individually the character, but I think Giovanna is just it's a good choice character. She's dope.
Cool. She looks cool. She's got this cool wolf familiar spirit thing.
Yeah, and she turns green when she's in a helpless state. And she has some cool. She's a rushdown character. Another thing I like is when you're going in the character select, it actually shows you a 5-star rating for each character in terms of how difficult it is to use the character. And on the side, it also tells you what type of character they are. It tells you if they're a zoner, a rushdown, a defensive character, a grappler. It tells you what kind of character, so you can kind of get an idea of what kind of character you want to play, and then also if you think you can able to handle the character themselves in terms of difficulty. So that's really dope. Yeah. Sorry, I've just been ranting about Guilty Gear.
That's okay.
Well, I think it's only fair that Lindsay, Shannon, or I then take the next 5 to 10 minutes to rant on whatever topic we want.
I was about to say,
so anyway,
last podcast we talked about fucking Persona, so
fine.
Yeah,
then we will do something different. So Lady Damascus from Resident
Damascus.
What?
How do you actually pronounce her name?
I thought it was Dimitriku. Dermisky.
It's fucking French.
Q or something?
Yeah, Lady
Dramisicu. French bullshit. That's what it is.
I just had to screw up the name, and you guys go off on this whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, like yogurt.
Yogurt.
Don't mess with my Greg yogurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like you're having a stroke there. All right.
Hey.
Jogurt.
How is Lady...
You mean Joker?
Demetress.
Hoker?
Dimitrescu.
No. See, it's fucking French.
Dimitrescu.
It's fucking French, so all the things that you think you would pronounce, you don't pronounce.
Yeah, that's like Dimitrescu.
Excuse me.
Dimitrescu.
How do you know it's French? It clearly says that it takes place somewhere in Europe. How do you know it's not a Turkish name?
Oh my god.
Dimitrescu.
So what about Big Boob Lady?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to bring her up. Nothing. I just wanted to bring her up. That's it.
Oh, so
I wanted to confuse her for a place in Syria, and then have us talk about her.
I got this cool Ronald stuff plushie from Symbiote. From Ronald of Rivals of Aether. Love this plushie.
I heard a Ronald and I was like, what are you doing with a Ronald McDonald plush?
Everything.
They gave it.
Boy, you gotta
I'm loving it.
Priorities straight.
It's the replacement for the Pokemon cards.
So, Lindsay, did you get that link I sent you for Clarin?
I did. Ronald McDonald plush.
That's sick, right?
Right, that freaking Ronald McDonald plush. It's pretty freaking sweet.
So yeah, so I got the Rano from Rivals of Aether plush, and I love it. It's fucking awesome. Adding that to the collection of frogs I own, frog memorabilia I own. I'm still hopefully it's not even summer yet, but it hasn't been summer yet. But hopefully soon. They're supposed to add 4 new workshop characters from Rivals of Aether, workshop on Steam onto the base game itself. So I'm very excited for that. More
Ooh,
characters.
do you know what the characters are?
Oh yeah. They showed off a trailer. It's supposed to be Pommel, the like singing mice, mouse girl. They have Olympia. They have Hogan, and they have that one bomb moth guy. Forgot their names.
Moth.
I will send you a trailer of that. I'll send you the trailer of that.
Now, what does this have to do with Rom?
Nothing. I just like Rivals of Ether. Like I said in like the first podcast, I'm really much focusing on just playing Rivals of Ether and Guilty Gear now. So that's just my
What?
go-to thing.
I didn't look that deeply into it. That Clarion stuffed animal has a removable little face mask.
Yeah, is a removable face
Aw.
mask, and the sword is not even attached to her.
What?
Yeah.
I have
And it
a
comes with a
Hyper
pin.
Light Drifter
And
plush.
it comes with a pin.
I have a Hyper Light Drifter plush that is quite similar to this. Like, it's got a removable sword.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
you can get
cute.
the Overcooked Cat Chef.
Yep.
Oh, this website. I need to go.
This website is
deeper. I
top
need to
tier.
go
This
deeper.
website's
no.
top tier.
I think we've lost
Shovel
the
Knight.
email.
Bye. I can get a Shovel Knight plush. He looks so goofy. Aw.
Shovel Knight. What is this? 2011?
Get out of here. I love Shovel Knight.
Do not.
Loving Shovel Knight. What is this?
Her.
2013?
Y'all be hating.
It's alright. He'll stick to his Grok here.
How about you get a Megatron?
When did Shovel Knight come out?
A while ago.
Yeah.
2014.
It's a hot minute ago.
More than 2 years ago.
I remember the first time I bought the game. It was for my 3DS.
Yeah.
I
I have it on the
3DS
3DS and on the Wii U.
I have it on the Wii U too.
Wii U.
Wii U.
I feel like there was supposed to be one more DLC for it. Oh yeah, full game was released in December 2019 as Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have there's the Plague Knight DLC
Knight,
and
yeah.
the King Knight DLC.
And Spectre of Torment.
Yeah. I've only played the Plague Knight DLC. Don't judge me.
I played the Plague and Spectre, and the Spectre one seemed a lot more fun.
Really?
Because
I've never
yeah.
beat Shovel Knight.
Why?
I actually had a really good time with it, and I'm usually really bad at 2D platformers, and Shovel Knight was actually fun for me.
Nice.
That's how you know
like-
it.
It was certainly a really great game that I think was like that defining game for when there was all those Kickstarters going out
Mhm.
there, and most of them sucked. But Shovel Knight was like, hey,
I feel like Shovel Knight.
We don't
One that
suck.
actually delivered.
Yeah, Shovel Knight really paved the way for a lot of like retro 8-bit games and like those kind of games from that era to come back. In terms of a lot of indie games now too. Shovel Knight definitely paved that way for people to play indie games again.
Yeah.
As they always should.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that real?
what?
Rivals of Aether X Fall Guys?
No,
That can't be real.
no, that's not real.
Okay.
Um,
That looks like just like someone's weird concept art. There's no way that's
Yeah.
real.
I don't know. Fall Guys did do a crossover recently. That-
with Nier.
Yes,
It
Oh my
looks
you could
God.
play
silly.
as 2B. You could play as 2B in Fall Guys.
Oh my god, no.
Finally,
No.
Bean
No.
crosses
No.
with Big Booty.
I hate this.
It's
This is
true
the dark
masterpiece.
timeline.
It's too late, Andy.
Oh my
You
god.
can already get it right
I
now.
fucking hate this right now. Also, before we wrap up the podcast here, I'm actually about to start playing. Now that I've actually caught up on most of my story-based games, I'm actually going to start playing Mother 3 on my Game Boy Advance.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
I have a Game Boy SP, and I actually bought on eBay. So the fan translated version by Tomato, which is the best translated version of Mother 3 that you can get on emulation, they put it on an actual physical cartridge that you can play. So I'm actually going to play the game as intended on a cartridge. And I'm going to go through the story because actually I want to play. I've never played Earthbound, and I've never played any of the Mother games. So going with Mother 3, and even you, Max, you said you wanted me to play the first game, but then you're like, no, never mind, don't play the first game. I want you to beat this game and then play the other game, and I want to see how you feel, because my opinion might be swayed by the other game.
Well, hold on. When you say first game, there is the very first Mother game that was like on NES that I think the most hipster of hipsters only played. And then there was Earthbound, which was Mother 2, which is the more familiar one that people have played. And that's the one where it kind of crosses over into Mother 3, but like near the end. So that's why I'm curious to see how you come out of Mother 3.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Mother 3. I'm definitely going to play Mother 3. Because and also Super Eye Patch Wolf came out with a video for Mother 3, and I'm like, damn it! I want to watch this video, but I want to play the game first before I watch this video. So I was like, damn. So I'm definitely going to start playing Mother 3 too, now that I'm like just focusing on fighting games, and now I have another new story-based game to play. So that's my next thing, and hopefully it'll take me a good like couple weeks to a month to beat it, and then I can talk about it on the podcast and my feelings on it.
Yeah.
So
and then you can cry with him.
I can probably
real
cry.
quick, Andy.
Sure.
It's sold out right now, but did you know that there was a Rivals of Aether Collector's Edition that came out?
Yeah, from Limited Run, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I knew about that.
It looks pretty sick. Did you see like the art cards and stuff?
Yeah, I did. I was going to get it, but when
I didn't.
I was gonna get it, but I already own the game digitally, and when I saw it, I would have thrown down $80-$90 for it. But it was around the time where I didn't have money to spend right now. I think it was around the holiday season. So I was like, I can't really. I would love to, but I have other things I want to invest in. So
I would like to get if I bought this game, I would prefer it to be physical.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it's available outside of that
Limited
collector's
Run
edition, which is currently sold out.
Oh. I'm sorry, dude.
It's fine. I'll buy it digitally. I thought I had bought it.
Buy it on Switch. You can play with me.
Yeah, I was gonna buy it on Switch.
Oh my god! I actually let Shannon actually wanted to try it out, so I did. And she, what do you feel about the game, Shannon?
Plant dog.
Sylvanos. Sylvanos, yes.
I played it with you once a while ago, and I remember really liking Clarion.
Mm-hmm.
Now which one's Clarion?
Okay, we'll play it again Sunday. We'll play Guilty Gear and Rivals on Sunday.
Wait, before we stop, which one's Clarion?
Clarion? That's a sword
cat
one.
with the cool visor. It looks like Hyper Light Drifter.
Panther.
Oh, the one that looks like Samus.
What?
I mean, to me, looks like Samus. Leave me alone.
So
I just like the dog. That's also a flower.
I
also like what's it called? The white one.
Birdman.
So, or Kane. Oh no, the bear thing.
Oh, Edalus.
No, the small white one.
The small white one. Oh, you like Ori?
Yeah, I do like Ori.
Ori, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ori's very cute. I made them have a color palette that looks like Mew.
All right. As always, if you leave a comment with any questions, we'll definitely try to answer them on our podcast. So I'll be on the lookout for those here. I just want to thank everybody for just listening along on the podcast. We'll definitely be back in like another 2 weeks or so. Talk about more wacky things and games we played. I will now be stopping talking about Guilty Gear. I'll probably only talk about it in terms of like if things new happen to it. But that was my rant for the day. I get my one rant, and we can talk about Digimon next time.
Well, don't dwell on all that guilt there, Andy.
I swear to God. Don't do this to me.
I stand by that bad joke.
And with that, I want to thank everybody for joining us on the podcast. Good night. And see you later,
everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Oh God! I think I farted.